Hey guys, we're gonna go over hardcore build for Rogue. Reason why I'm going Rogue for launch is because one, massive amount of clear damage and speed, so level up super quick, and just you're not limited on damage. Other classes, I found that they're gonna be limited in damage, much more when it comes to the meta at launch. Rogue just explodes everything. That's what they do. They deal damage. They do have a lot of damage reduction and a lot of movement abilities as well. So we're going to talk about the hardcore build and also the clear build, which is also the same. So basically, let's go over the talents. So from the get-go, you can go Heartseeker. I think Heartseeker is probably the best route. You get the Ricochet. You know, just go this route right here. Ricochet's additional enemies, gets the job done. If you get a certain item that, you know, highlights one of these three ranges, then you can go for it. I'm not sticking with melee for hardcore. I don't want to be upfront and personal all the time, so I won't be doing too much melee unless it's really OP later on that we find out. Barrage, this is the OP skill to go with. Barrage, you want to make sure that basically you're rocking this. You know, you want the ricochet, you want the, you know, creating vulnerability, and, you know, you want to increase your critical strikes chance, and you can play with this depending on where your build goes. I'm not going to kind of do a full, like, you know, explain everything just for content. You guys can go ahead and get to the beta and read it, but this is basically where you want to go here for a quick fly. Dash, you want your dash here. You don't need to put any points into the start. You can put points into it later if you want, especially if you have cool if you have items that increase damage or do something special when enemies are crowd controlled, so you can do that for that. But basically you want dash, and then you have concealment, which is kind of your stealth, and then this is the bread and butter right here. You gain 40 energy when you enter concealment, so you want to be able to rock that out and use that. It's super powerful when you get a 40 energy boost like that. It's basically like an energy pot. And then you can get cooldown reduction on your stealth, so you basically have energy pots all day, and energy is really what it's all about on Rogue. So you have energy, you're killing stuff. Lastly, Dark Shroud, damage reduction, just orbs that pile around you. It's kind of like Zenyatta in Overwatch. You're just gonna have these orbs coming around you. They each have damage reduction. You want to max this out. You want to kind of go with this. So basically that, and then Shadow Imbuement. You want to, you know, use your Shadow Imbuement. This is kind of like your Monk's Exploding Palm. You're going to be exploding enemies around when this is active, and that's pretty much it. That's your starter build. We'll go into the later when we get into the meta, but this is what you want to play around with it hardcore, get used to. It's really, really fast. Hit rank 1, hit level 25 before any of the other big boys. I don't think anyone was racing, so it's no big deal, but I was probably a good 7, 8 levels ahead of everybody else, regardless, because I went Rogue. A lot of people went Barb, so Rogues are extremely fast. Let's gonna go over the last one. This is your Rogue specs. So your spec here, Inner Sight. I think this is amazing with Barrage. It basically, when this triggers, you get unlimited energy for 4 seconds. You just hold down Barrage and you just melt the whole screen in front of you. Super, super awesome for screen clears. And yeah, that's about it. Some hardcore abilities to keep an eye on. Magic bubble, popping that, stay in it for 4 or 5 seconds. While you're standing in the bubble, you're immune. So it's pretty awesome. That happens. You get a charge or anything like that. It's like before the fatal proc. So when you time this affix up with a fatal proc, it's gonna be super powerful in hardcore mode. Keep your guy nice and safe. And then yeah, but nothing really crazy here. I got this one's pretty cool. That raining arrows come down, but this one was just a hardcore note. And then free dark shroud, keeping charges up. But yeah, none of these are really great, but this one I thought was a really good hardcore one to keep an eye on down the line. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the Rogue hardcore build for beta, and yeah, give it a shot. Let me know what you think, and go ahead and shoot a follow at Twitch. I'll be streaming a lot of D4 if you want. I'm looking for a lot of hardcore players to play with and a lot of hardcore fun. Hardcore mode is where it's at. It's super smooth. Performance is really good. I highly recommend hardcore. If you haven't played it, you get that adrenaline rush. You get, you keep in focus. Every single level, every single piece of gear means something. It just, you feels good while you're progressing through the game, knowing that it could end at any time. So that's basically it for this video, and thank you very much. Bye.